I repeat Sanjoy's question. How does one commit wholeheartedly to following a path of spirituality and staying true and committed to that spiritual path? Right, it's a good question. All the questions we received are now wonderful questions. See, there are two types of seekers, Sanjay. One is a casual seeker who are issue based. They have an issue with the partner, or they have an issue when it comes to material wealth, or one is issue based seekers. So what happens? They pursue it and they gain some kind of information and work on it. Once that issue is sorted out, again they're back to their worldly ways. So there is their commitment is very short lived. But if one has to wholeheartedly commit to the following a path of spirituality, then there must be a genuine search in that seeker. Meaning they have to understand, or they have understood the life as such. They understood the hollowness of the life. Or when they start thinking, when this is where our intellect comes into play. We always say what you want is not what you really want. It could be few questions which provoke their thinking, few life experiences. What is this all? Is this all life about? So there is what I'm saying is there is a search, a genuine search which happens. They may not find answers, but there is a genuine search in them. They start questioning about life in a good way, not in a negative way, in a good way. So, and then they understand the shallowness of desires, the hollowness of whatever the world offers. So, and then this is when their the search becomes stronger. And then there is a healthy fear always. If I ask me, is this how I want to live my life? There is a fear. Is this what I want to live my life? See, through observation, through your own personal experience, through experience of others, you start thinking, reflecting, and then the search starts. And you keep reading books or listening to lectures or meeting people, and then that which appeals to your thinking hits you in the right way. So once that search, through the search, you could be exploring various ways, and then you hit upon a particular something hits you. If you are more a thinking person, contemplative person, you need more of knowledge. And when the knowledge strikes you, this maybe there are answers in this, maybe there is a possibility in this, and then that is when you take up to that path with Shraddha, with faith, and when you take it up, when I say with Shraddha, you take it up, you pursue with a certain kind of a faith and diligence until you become it. So, casual seekers, their interest fades away over a period of time. But committed seekers, when I say committed, there is a genuine search. Is there anything beyond this body, mind, and intellect? Is this all life about, or there's something more? So, the search makes you explore, and through your exploration, you identify a niche aspect which is pertaining to your nature. Could be your constitution, could be, we are predominantly knowledge based. So, the knowledge comes in, you gain clarity over certain issues, and then you want to pursue a little further. That is when the Shraddha, the consistency comes in. Consistency plus faith. You are consistent in your approach, plus you have faith in the process. And then you are, that's why consistency plus faith in the process, plus you are willing to play the long game. You're willing to play the long game. That's Swami Chimyananda used to say, just to get a job, it takes some 20 years. Just to get a job, to be employable, it takes some 16 years, 18 years. This is the highest form of search. It will take much more time. I'm not saying it will take more time, but all that I'm saying is you're ready for the longer run. So then nobody can, then the commitment becomes stronger. I'll give a sloka which explains little better from the Bhajagovindam. Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan muktihi. So what he says is satsangatve nisangatvam. From the company of good arises non-attachment. From the company of good arises non-attachment. From non-attachment arises freedom from delusion. That's the important aspect. From the company of good, when I say company of good, it doesn't mean just people. It could be the books you read, the food you eat, the attire you wear, the music you listen to, the programs you watch, every aspect, the schedule you have, any avenue with which you contact the world should be a form of satsang. That is all I'm saying. I am not saying no, you should look for the right people. No. All I'm saying is whatever way you connect, it should be a source of evolution, source of growth for you. That is the reason the ashram environment and all is conducive for it. But wherever we are, we can create you can create a conducive time, conducive people. So, satsangatve, from the company of good arises non-attachment. From non-attachment arises freedom from delusion. Delusion means you are no more enamored by the world. See, you understand material wealth is important. The standard of living is important, but that is not the be-all and end-all of everything. Meaning, what money can do, what money alone can do. You understand the importance of it, but you don't give any black market value. Why? You have risen above, you are no more deluded by the material wealth. When somebody is traveling in a Rolls Royce and you are actually driving a Mercedes, someone else is driving a Rolls Royce, I'm not talking about you generally, and they feel very bad. It is all that I'm saying, you have lost the black market value. Here you could be very happy for him, and you really wish he's much more peaceful as well driving it. That's why the freedom from delusion. From non-attachment arises freedom from delusion. From non-delusion arises absolute steadfastness. Nothing in the world can hold you down. Nothing of the objects or beings of the world can pull you down, can make you anchored in the world. From non-delusion arises absolute steadfastness. Meaning what? There no factor, no entity can drag you out of your pursuit. From non-delusion. See, now you are not deluded. A person who plays for a country, it could be a game or could be cricket or anything. They are so inspired by playing for the country. If somebody comes and entices them with something or other, they are not enamored. That steadfastness is there. So that's why I'm saying that consistency, Shraddha is there, and absolute steadfastness. And with absolute steadfastness, you gain liberation, because no factor can pull you back to the world. So, to answer your question, two types of seekers, casual and committed. Casual seekers are issue-based. The moment that issue is sorted out, they are back to their own ways of living. I used to attend the lectures. At that time I was going through some emotional turmoil. It really helped me. After that, what to do? I got busy with family, and it's back to work in office, right? Those days I was able to attend. That issue is sorted out, so you're back to your own ways. But a committed seeker is suddenly the thought comes in. That search is there, the genuinity is there, and that is where exploration happens, and finally you hit upon what inspires you. And once what inspires you are there, that is there is consistency plus faith. And you are willing to play the longer game. You're willing to play the longer game, and that is when you will see good company. which will help you to deal with your attachments. And once there is a relative freedom from attachment, that black market value for the world drops. And once you are no more deluded by the world, you are in an absolute state of absolute steadfastness. Nothing can drop you. Nothing can drop you. So it is Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives this beautiful simile. Because he's from Bengal, only I can share those kind of examples. If I speak about Nandanar, it won't be inspiring. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa talks about a person of absolute steadfastness on the verge of becoming one with divinity. He says, it is when you push a person into the water, you push him to the water, the only thought he has is to come up to the surface and breathe fresh air. There's no other thought. But there are these casual seekers. You push them to the water. Wow, Nemo fishes are there. Goldfishes are there. He says, just hold me back. I will see that for a few minutes and come back. When you push him to the water, it is the only thought he has is to come to the surface and breathe fresh air. That is a committed seeker. That is, their level of commitment is so strong, they cannot be swayed by the world. They cannot be enamored by the world. So that's the committed seeker. Therefore, committed seeker, exploration, consistency and faith leads to steadfastness. And you are willing to play the long game. This is not, it is not something, see, we are so used to being utility oriented. We do this, we get that. That is not the way in spiritual path. You keep doing it, you keep doing it, you keep doing it. I said, why it is not working? You may see the implementation. That's why I always suggest the other one. You hear something, you read something, you experience something, you're very inspired. The gap between the inspired state and then implementation must be less. You're inspired, immediately you implement it. Then the changes will happen. You're inspired, you delay that implementation, it fades away. Anything very subtle slowly fades away. That is the reason there are many, the transformation happens. Because the problem is in implementation. They will have the information. The problem is in implementation. So, the more you implement, you may find it difficult to implement. The more you implement, the easier it becomes. In fact, you will not even know that you have transcended. Others will be telling you, oh, Sanjay, you are Sanjay, but now you are actually more joy. There is far more joy in you. It fits in your name. You are least affected. So, suggestion is, anything you're inspired by, implement it. Implementation is the key. The more and more we delayed, just a piece of information which others will get benefited when you go for a dinner or a discussion. You talk about it and that guy is inspired and he implements, he is transformed. But a person, they are still in the state of information only. So, think about it. I hope it answers you, Mr. Sanjay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.